So I just saw Disclosure Day, and it proves Spielberg has still got it even in his old age. Let's talk. Spoilers ahead. Disclosure Day follows a man named Daniel who used to work for an association above the government who had knowledge of aliens and were experimenting on them for the human race's supposed benefit. In the present day, he works with other employees who also took an out and want to tell the whole world about aliens and finally confirm their existence. While working to do so, a newscaster named Margaret, played by Emily Blunt, suddenly gains the ability to speak all languages and hears what people are thinking. All the while, the association is hunting them down. By the end of the film, we find out Daniel and Margaret have been linked all their lives by the aliens for the purpose of telling the world about them, and the leader, Scanlan, decides to let them. That's the plot. How's the acting? The main trio are great. Josh O'Connor as Daniel and Colin Firth as Scanlan, but the standout is Emily Blunt as Margaret Fairchild. She effortlessly switches between being able to communicate with the others to her brain being hers again and not realizing what she's done. It's almost like on the same level as Indy Navrina, I think, who played Nikki in Obsession, and she was great. Coleman Domingo is great too in this. It's cool to see him in a role that's almost a complete antithesis of his role as Joe Jackson in this year's Michael Jackson biopic. The one person I couldn't look past, though, in the cast was Henry Lloyd Hughes. I just can't unsee him as Mark Donovan from The Inbetweeners, but that's not his fault. But those core three really make the characters so likable, and because you like them, the stakes feel so much larger. Spielberg directs well. The film has so many gorgeous shots, particularly near the end of the flick, but that's to be expected by such a prestigious director. He and the actors also managed to pull back a third act that I was initially skeptical about, but came back round upon and ended up really liking. Closure Day is pretty well paced too. Despite being long, it ran the same way as Project Hail Mary for me. I initially thought it was way too long, but after some thought, I think every second is utilised extremely well, and is in service of the story. The script is great too. My only gripe is literally one line. They make Emily Blunt say something to the effect of, "Today is Disclosure Day," and it really took me out of it, because whenever some bullshit like that happens, I and many others think of it like that fantastic meme from Fantastic Four, where the thing is like, it's fantastic. But putting that aside, the special effects were great. The aliens really feel real, even if they are your stereotypical large-headed, big-eyed green guys. The stunts look great too, especially the train one. I was initially thinking the stunts would be terrible because there's one where Daniel is being chased with his girlfriend Jane by a bunch of the guys working with the association, and it was just kind of like mid. It didn't feel like there was any stakes or any climax there, but then they throw that train one at you, and that one is great. Disclosure Day tackles the idea of change and how we react to it so fucking well. One of the core ideas and themes of the film is that if we were to find out aliens were to exist in real life, we wouldn't react in any way well at all. There would be religious nuts, running around and maybe losing their faith because of the existence of aliens. There would be people trying to genocide them. We just wouldn't react well at all, and it's such a good theme that the film tackles. And I know other films do it, maybe not as much as they should when tackling this subject and like the idea of it, but Spielberg does it extremely well. I had a packed theatre, which is kind of crazy because I didn't see anywhere nearly enough marketing for this film. I was aware of it, but I don't think many others were. And I think we're seeing it now way too late. Not that that matters. I think we'll see this one do big waves and do quite well at awards season and make a lot of money. But those are my thoughts on Disclosure Day. What did you think if you've already seen it? Let me know everything down below. And if you haven't seen it, are you excited? I'll be reading everything and maybe replying to a few. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you later. Goodbye.